Well, I just wanted to tell everyone how the Lord reached and saved me on November 29th, 1953, when I was 13 years old, at 8:35 p.m. in Methuen Gospel Hall in Methuen, Massachusetts. I was not raised in a loving family. We knew hate and discord and fighting, but the word love was just a word to me. I did not know what that meant. A pond for fire purposes, and they'd made a raft on it. Well, my sister and I was on it. Well, if you stood on one side, it was too much. So I was on one side pushing, and she came over. Well, we both went in the water, and neither one of us could swim. And so I kept going down, grabbing her, holding her above the water till I couldn't breathe anymore, and I'd go up and get a breath, and I'd go back down, find her, grab her, hold her up. And my mother was in the water knee deep or something. She wouldn't come in. So she yelled up to my father through the window in the garage, Alfred, the two girls are drowning. And he looked out the window and he said, 2 less mouths to feed. And he kept on with his work. If I ever had any doubts that they really didn't love me, so then we went again to this revival meeting, and I just had to get it settled. So you didn't go forward there, you just sat in your seat, and somebody went and got the preacher, and he was James Boswell from Canada. And so he came and he said this was going to be easy, read Isaiah 53:5 and put your name in it. So I read, "But he was wounded for Alice's transgressions, he was bruised for Alice's iniquities. The chastisement of Alice's peace was upon him, and with his stripes Alice is healed." And it didn't make sense to me. And I kept reading it and reading it and reading it. And I could not believe that anybody loved me enough to die for me. So I didn't have a problem with being a sinner, I had a problem with love. And so I kept reading it. And finally he gave up and he just sat there. They're waiting to close the building. I'm still sitting there, waiting. And I kept reading it over and over and over. After about 30 minutes, it's like the Lord opened my eyes and I realized that he loved me. It was the first love I'd ever felt. And he can do that to you also. If you feel like you're unlovable or unloved, he can reach and save you. Just believe his word. It doesn't depend on you, it depends on him. Thank you.